Alright, y'all, so let's talk about this. So, as you see on the thumbnail, when I saw this fight, I saw the interview. I'm not shocked by it, but you notice there was no call out by Amanda Serrano to Alycia Baumgardner. She basically just thanked the fans for sticking by her and celebrating her win. I think she tied a record for the most stoppages with what's her name from back in the day? Farmer's daughter, whatever, y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyway, notice how there was no, hey, Alycia, let's make it happen. Notice there were no tweets. There's never any tweets, any tough talk from Alycia after a Katie Taylor or a Baumgardner or Amanda Serrano fight. There's never, many women, but every time Claressa Shields fight, whether Alycia is in attendance or whether she's tweeting or something, regardless, she has something negative to say, something sarcastic to say. They're not even close to being in the same weight class. She got the piss slapped out of her and she did nothing but, run to her lawyer. So, here's what I'm saying. When two people want to fight each other, that's what you make happen. No, you sat there at the game together, you sat there taking pictures, you're holding her up on your back and all of that, and now let's be friends, right? Let's have a partnership. To say, I would love to fight Amanda Serrano by answering a question, or I would love to fight Katie Taylor just by answering a question that someone asks you, there's no ambition there. I mean, even if you, hey, great job, champ, whatever, hey, let's make it happen. Nothing. Not respectful, disrespectful, nothing. Carolyn Dubois, she approached a female fighter. She said, they were at a press conference, she said, if you don't get the Serrano fight or whatever, the Taylor, even one of them, she says, I just want to know, would you fight me? And the lady says, if I can't get that Serrano fight or Taylor fight, whichever fighter it was, she says, I would absolutely love to fight you. And it wasn't about disrespect or anything. It was just, hey, I want to fight, right? So Caroline has no problem approaching people. And basically, this is what I'm saying. Like, she didn't have to be there and come in the ring and say nothing. Just where's the real interest? This is why I'll bring up how before, when they asked Serrano about fighting Baumgardner before. This is before TK, VIP and all that. This was before MVP, whatever the hell they call themselves. ABC, whatever. This was before that even, that company was even formed. When she was asked about fighting against Amanda Serrano, Amanda Serrano was asked about fighting Baumgardner, and she goes, on the condition, and I have to remind you guys because it's a reason for these things, on the condition that it's 12 3-minute rounds. But at the time, Baumgardner was against it. And it wasn't either person calling out either person. It was both fighters being asked about fighting the other. But there was never a guarantee I want to fight that, yes, for sure. No, there's nothing. You wasted all this time thinking you were going to build your profile up, calling the name of Claressa Shields. Every chance you got, fat shaming the woman, everything, calling her ugly. I mean, everything that you could possibly think of to just have your name and her name mentioned in the same place. But I told you, they won't do that to pale-skinned fighters. And she don't even bring up Michaela Mayer. She would only address questions when somebody would talk about a rematch with Michaela Mayer, but she wouldn't even bring her name up. You see, it's something about black fighters with this shit. You see the same thing. Look, O'Shaquie Foster and Shakur Stevenson have pictures together. They sparred. That's what the dispute was in the ring. I made you quit for real, jumping around and hollering, nigga this, nigga that, and all of that bullshit. They don't talk like that to Ryan Garcia, racist piece of shit ass. They don't talk like that to Teofimo. They don't talk like that to not Lomachenko, none of them. They only talk that type of trash to other black fighters. And I'm saying, where is the interest in this fight? See, here's the thing, and this is a fact. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano are two fighters that the public don't feel like they need a Baumgardner. You understand that? Baumgardner needs somebody because look at who she's been fighting. And we know she's not going to fight Shields. We know that. So all that pent-up aggression and trying to pretend I beat your ass right now and right, where is the interest in fighting these women? It's just talk. I want my name mentioned with theirs. I'm going to mention Shields' name, or that's all this game was. This was a clout chase, and that's all it was. If Amanda Serrano, look, I feel like this. You shouldn't call a person's name if you're not really willing to fight them. Serrano not calling out her doesn't really mean anything because Serrano never was running her mouth saying she wanted to fight her and acting like it was a big deal or like there was some real hatred there. She never was the one doing that. Now, Baumgardner never showed any bitterness towards Serrano or had a bunch of negative shit to say about it, but she basically made it known that 12 rounds wasn't on her radar. Nobody wants, go back and look at the video. Nobody wants to see women fight for 12 rounds. I know this. And she was against it. I believe her confidence wasn't up then. I believe she felt like if she had any Achilles heel against Serrano, it would be her conditioning. And pretty much it took her to fight against, in her last fight, was 12 rounds in Memphis, I love it. And now you love it. See, the story changes now. The story changes, her word changes, the way she sees things change, and all of a sudden, because she knows Serrano can go 12 rounds with no problem. What about herself? Let me tell you guys something. And not to mention, this woman that Serrano just fought, Cheyenne Hanson, big mouth chick, German chick, talked a lot of shit. If you've seen her fight, you know she didn't bring much to the table. If you've seen her fight, you knew that. She basically had nothing, just a big mouth. This is not the kind of fights you want to see. The fight that you want to see win, all as long as they win. I get it. But is that the fight you want to see? Unless you one of them chicken shit motherfuckers that's scared that the fighter you like, if they step up and fight certain people, they're going to lose. So you rather see them fight lesser competition. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody even talked about this fight. And here's the thing about it, right? When she fought against Taylor, you look at any fight that Amanda Serrano has ever had, nobody ever talked up a fight. The only time is when she fought against Taylor. Like people like her as a fighter. She has a fan base. She has we already know that. Okay, but bottom line, what I'm saying is, you didn't hear anything even about this fight. I've been saying, I know she's supposed to be dropping back down to 126 to finally defend the title there, whatever, which is what she did. Nobody was talking about this fight. Now, what's next for her? I don't know. I don't think it makes sense to jump back up to the higher weight class for what? Right? I mean, you got belts there, but you just dropped down for fight Sky Nicholson next. Fight the chick that beat Sky Nicholson. Whatever. This is what boxing is. But there's no Alycia Baumgardner on the radar. And I don't believe at all that she even cares about fighting Alycia Baumgardner. I look, the Katie Taylor fight, the Alycia Baumgardner, Amanda Serrano fight, those fights is fights that if Baumgardner can fight and win, is necessary for her career. I mean, even just to fight them, win, lose, or draw. Of course she wants to win, right? But win, lose, or draw, I'm saying, look at how weak her resume is. Those are two fights where, for one, we know that Baumgardner's not a big draw. We know that she's not seen as have the same respect on her name as those two female fighters. We know that. But Baumgardner and MVP tries to push her like she is. But we're not stupid. We know. Nah, they don't. People don't see her that same way. They don't. And I think she can beat Serrano. And if Taylor legs is still there, I think Taylor beats her. I don't see her beating Taylor if Taylor legs is still there, because she gets in and out. It's bottom line. Alycia, I just don't think she beats Taylor. Unless Taylor, like I said, unless Taylor legs is not there and she can't move like she normally does. But other than that, I think she beats Serrano. I don't know how confident she is that she can beat either one of them, though. Because to talk shit about someone that's way bigger than you and you know you're not going to fight, yet you got these two women that's way closer to your weight class, but somehow you just don't have this same disrespect. I'm going to say what I'm going to say because I'm going to get that fight, right? I'm going to get in. I'm going to beat both of these women. I don't see it. I don't see this. It's not the same. So for that to be the case, it's like, what does Baumgardner do next? Who does she fight next? Because unless it's somebody that we even care about seeing the fight, that means she had 4 straight back-to-back fights with washed up or nobody type fighters. Who wants to see this shit? Who wants to see these fighters go in there and fight against C-level, D-level fighters? Yet I'm going to brush off, Dubois and pretend she's a C-level fighter. I'm going to pretend she's a D-level fighter. I'm going to pretend she's not on my level. We're not stupid, man. We know what Dubois can do. And we know damn well that you not running through Dubois. We know you know you're not running through Dubois. More importantly, you know you're not running through her. And that's why you're brushing her off, because you really don't want to fight her. And this is what's so disgraceful about the sport of boxing, because these fighters make all this money and they talk so much trash about who's who and who's not on their level. But it's like, well, damn, what does this fighter have to do for you to fight them? Come to your weight class and start calling you out? Like disrespectfully? Like, what do they have to do? Because nobody's buying that nonsense. Caroline Dubois, C-level, she's not on my level. But I'm going to fight a woman that she already beat. Okay? And but then praise this woman that she already beat, even in defeat, like she was such an incredible opponent, but you don't want to fight Caroline. And I sat there and I watched and I said, yeah, let's see if Alycia is going to put a tweet out challenging her. I said, I guarantee you she won't. And she didn't. She didn't jump in front of a camera like she do in Shield's fight to show her face and make it known how she want to fight Shields, or basically not even fight Shields, just insult Shields and talk trash. There was none of that. I say this: if this woman is really serious about her career as a fighter, like really in terms of legacy and fighting the very top opponents, nobody's getting any younger, and this woman is in her 30s already. And she has a very weak resume. If Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor walk away from this sport and Alycia never gets the chance to fight them, who does she fight? Who is it that she can beat that she think is going to even put her in that same category? And what effort is she making? Nothing but talking sarcastic about Shields. But since she got the piss slapped out of her, that stopped. So who's her next opponent? The one person that's in need of a big name is the one person that said, Shields needs me. Really? All of this MVP trying to build you up to be the star of their promotion, right? We know that that's Amanda Serrano, not you. And we know that without the right dance partner, you can't sell out shit. Tell me what y'all think. That's all I got for you guys right now. Catch you guys on the next video.